Sir, good afternoon. What is your today's agenda of this regional cost convention 2025? And I would like to ask about income tax bill 2025. So,
Yes. First of all, thank you for being here with us. See, today we are having our Western India Regional Council's Regional Cost Convention for this year. And the topic is Viksit Bharat 2025 and how CMAs can act as catalyst in this process of Viksit Bharat 2047. So agenda for 2 days is to deliberate on various topics which we feel will be very relevant for the profession and as far as the economic development of the country is concerned, so that we prepare our members, we prepare our students to face the challenges that are posed to the profession, and how profession can contribute not only to the financial prosperity of the country but also to achieve the social equilibrium and to reach the unreached, so that there is overall upliftment and we achieve the target of Viksit Bharat 2047. Now, as far as the income tax is concerned, the institute welcomes the effort that has been done by the central government under able leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, that they have introduced the income tax bill 2025, mainly with the objective of ease of doing business and simplification of the income tax act, so that the language becomes lucid and it is very easily understandable. What we also feel that considering the development of AI, the simplification in language is a very good step, so that the machine learning can be easily applied to now the income tax act, so that the interpretation of the act or understanding of the act or understanding getting clarifications can also be machine driven, and that will be very helpful to the taxpayers and society at large. With reference to the income tax bill 2025, what we are requesting government is to include the name of cost accountants under the definition of accountants as specified under the Income Tax Act, which will enable the cost accountants to help the society and help the taxpayers by way of carrying out income tax audits. Currently, we all know that the area of tax audit is restricted only to the chartered accountants, whereas both the chartered accountants as well as cost accountants are treated equally by almost all the statutes. So the expertise or uniqueness is restricted only to the cost audit, the financial audit. So cost accountants are given exclusive rights to the cost audit. The financial accountants, that's the chartered accountants, do financial audit. But taxation has always been a common area. Like under GST, all the professionals are recognized to do the GST audit or do the GST consulting work or representation. So our demand is that under the new Income Tax Act, the cost accountant should be given their due place to carry out the income tax audit. Our syllabus is common. Common in the sense our syllabus also very extensively covers the portion of income tax, the accounts, the finance. Our members are today also working in the domain of income tax. So the expertise is there. What CAs are enjoying is only a protection by way of enactment. So they have been given exclusive right only by the Income Tax Act, and that is why their interest area is protected. But as far as the knowledge is concerned, as far as the expertise is concerned, the cost accountants are equally equipped. Our members today also are involved in income tax practice as well as aiding income tax departments under various multinational companies and corporates. So expertise is not a problem. So that is what we are requesting the government also to consider our demand. And parallelly, we have also set up a separate small group or task force, what we can call it, to study all the provisions of the Income Tax Bill 2025. And we will be submitting our report to the select committee on that part also, so that those will be our suggestions on bringing in more improvement as far as the bill is concerned.
so your demands will be included in the report which you are submitting?
Yes, the report for inclusion of our name we have prepared a memorandum that has already been submitted to the select committee. But regarding the other provisions of the income tax bill, where we find that there can be some changes or some improvements so as to make it more user friendly, those suggestions are being worked out. So that separate report will be handed over to the select committee shortly.
So can you tell us briefly about the role of the CMA in the present scenario and what are the current trends in the industry?
Okay. So basically, CMA stands for Cost and Management Accountant. So what our profession is known as. So we represent the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. So worldwide, CMAs are known to work at a micro level. So currently in India, there is a mechanism called as cost audit, whereby a report is submitted to the central government on what is the exact cost of production of various items and services. So for the public interest, it applies to healthcare sector, education sector. So for every educational private college, what is the cost of education that is submitted to the government? So with the products. So that is currently the statutorily unique area or exclusive area of the CMAs. Apart from that, we are involved into internal audit because the CMAs are recognized as internal auditors under the Companies Act. So we are involved in internal audits. Then the basic focus of any cost accountant is to bring in cost efficiency and resource utilization and optimization of resources in the organization that he is working in. So he can be working as a consultant or he can be working as an employee of that organization. But his focus is always to improve the utilization of the resources, which is the need of the hour, and reduce the costing so that the industry becomes globally competitive. So that is where our people are currently working in, focusing in. But you take any area of the profession or of the commerce fraternity per se, the CMAs are working in that area.
What challenges did you face while preparing the income tax bill?
Challenges while facing or preparation of the income tax bill is basically that bill was introduced in the parliament, so that draft was not available before that. So now, since we have received the draft, so we are working on that. At what basic instance, what we find is that there has been changes in the language, but still there are some places where there can be confusion if you read the language of the bill. So we are working on that part to suggest some changes to the government. So as I said that we are working on that, so I will not be able to comment in detail on what are the changes that are required, but a team is sitting to prepare that document. Once that document is ready, we can also give it to the media also, so that they can go through the suggestions that we are giving to the government.
Sir, I'd just like to understand